When I come to the Arctic, I see diversity.
I see a place that has been touched by humanity in a way that still maintains what it was originally designed for.
In the Arctic, I see lands and animals. It makes me feel at home.
In the Arctic, I see the vast beauty of our planet. I see the ice.
I hear waterfalls and I hear people sharing their culture with me.
Very cold, but I feel a good kind of cold.
Just going on the shores and just feeling a spirituality and like knowing that, wow, I'm here in the Arctic and how awesome that feels.
I feel the wind blowing in my hair, but it's so different than anything I've ever experienced. And it's so much more than what you see in the pictures, and it's so much more than what you can blog about or what you can take a video of. It's what you feel when you're here and the connections you make, both to the land and to the people that are around you. And I think that's what's really amazing about this expedition.
So why are we here? Why are we getting on an airplane and flying over the edge of the Earth to a ship that sails through the Arctic? If everybody wanted to learn, any student anywhere wanted to learn about the Arctic, they could just Google Arctic. They could Google climate change. They could learn about what's going on in the North, which would be fine, except that we don't act so much on what we know. We act more on what we feel about the world and how the world works. And that creates a very particular type of knowledge. It's knowledge that is cast, colored, and shaped by the experience of being here. If you look at almost every young person who has come to these intense experiences on Students on Ice, this kind of knowledge is always translated into some kind of action down the road. This is a very different type of knowledge because it's intensely personal.
Today, Students on Ice is here in Hebron, Nunavut, which is on the north coast of Labrador, and Hebron is an abandoned community. The Inuit that lived in the area, which were about 60 families, were forced to move south in 1959.
Our suicide rates are 10 times the national average, and all Inuit are affected personally and profoundly by this issue. Please join me in a moment of silence to remember those who matter most to you that are no longer with us.
You are this place when I hear the big drum, when raven calls and throat song strum. You are the wind, you are the sky, you are the land.
Well, we've just left Hebron in northern Labrador after a pretty special day. We're now heading back north up to Sagluk Fjord, and then it's time to bid farewell to Canada and head across the Davis Strait to Greenland.
Up the horizon and into our tired eyes, the spell of night is struck down, our second sight is bleeding out. Hey, can I come and walk you home? I'm not gonna wanna be alone. Beat it up when the sunlight comes. Bully cut by the clock on the wall.
We've been steaming across Davis Strait in the fog, which has been really kind of special as we move through the mist. And now that we're here in Greenland, it's a great opportunity to stop at places like this colony to get a really up close and intimate exposure to the lives of seabirds.
this morning was beautiful. We came out like from the ship and it was all foggy, and then as the mist separates, like you come out and it's just gorgeous.
We heard the glacier and we saw the glacier calve. It was an incredible noise, an amazing sound.
In an Arctic context, marine protected areas are a fairly interesting concept. We're in a time of climate change, and with warming oceans, warming air temperatures, the Arctic is opening up to development. It's opening up to more shipping. Things like spills and noise and disturbance are all increasing. So if we can establish protected areas now, before those problems become very serious, we'll be able to do a better job of protecting biodiversity.
Cover your shame with the shield of black. Cover your body with my trembling hand. And you dancing while I hold them back. Hold back the morning and the coroner's light. At the afternoon, bury the evening.
The boardwalk snaked through like the heather, and it was kind of in a valley, so you couldn't really see this very much. But as you came up, just like the clouds and the ice just like beaming the white, it was like being baptized almost.
I'm ready for the green screen to come down.
Yeah, I'm ready to just wake up from this dream. It's insane.
All the ice that you see behind me are actually icebergs that have broken off of the Jakobshaven's terminus. It's a great indicator that the ice is melting, the glaciers are shrinking at a tremendously high rate.
You can imagine all that ice going into the ocean, it's melting and it's raising sea level around the world. So even though it's this very local climate change, it has global impacts.
By being here and experiencing this place, I want them to remember that that this is a dynamic environment that we're living in, and if we change the system, if we change the natural system, it's going to have dire consequences.
But I'm really optimistic because I think humanity and people are incredibly creative and innovative, and we will come up with engineering solutions, new forms of energy. I hope they look at this scenery, which is incredibly powerful, and realize that they're powerful too.
This is really one of those places that I think wakes up something in your brain. I think it just inspires creativity and inspires the imagination.
As youth, we only have so much experience in the world. We're kind of just full of possibilities.
When every day you get to see these most incredible sights, it changes you. And once you get a sense of that wonder, you never want to stop.
These days, youth are so bombarded with information, but we have to touch their hearts, not just their heads. And this is what this journey has done. It's reached all of our hearts. And when you touch the hearts of anybody, but particularly a youth, that is where commitment and change begins.
Alors je suis Lisa Dinoki, je viens de France, Menton. Je suis envoyée par la Fondation Albert II.
Je m'appelle Marie-Sophie Dancard, je viens de Monaco et mon sponsor c'est la Fondation Prince Albert II de Monaco.
C'est assez exceptionnel en fait. Là en ce moment, j'ai l'impression que je suis dans un rêve. Ça n'a pas l'air très réel, on ne réalise pas. Et ça passe tellement vite. Et...
On a vu des choses vraiment incroyables qu'on n'a forcément vraiment pas l'habitude de voir.
Il y a un mélange de tout, il y a de la terre, il y a de la glace. L'eau est juste magnifique. On a appris beaucoup sur l'Arctique, sur le changement climatique. On a toujours des ateliers intéressants sur les plantes aussi. Je pense que ça fait beaucoup se remettre en question Enfin, quand on voit des choses comme ça, on se sent vraiment petit et ça fait prendre conscience de certaines choses.
Et puis j'ai appris énormément de choses, en fait, de rencontrer tous ces gens, principalement des éducateurs qui ont vécu des choses incroyables. Ça donne envie de vivre une vie incroyable aussi. Et je me dis que cette expédition, c'est que le début de l'aventure.